Okay, what's the first one? A. Beautiful. Let's see. Beautiful. Big. Old. Golden. Floating. Chinese seafood restaurant. Yeah. Well, in my department, we got a poster promoting our new courses to the students for the second semester. So I wonder, when I read the postcard, it says LML new courses. LML new courses. What do you think? No? It should be new LML courses. So we should change the poster. Yeah, sometimes we have to think about, is it correct? All right. Now let's look at the comparison form, degree. When we talk about adjectives, we talk about gradability, we can also talk about degree. The degree refers to the ER and EST, comparative form and superlative form. Well, so if it is in the basic form, tall, we can say it's just the absolute or positive form. Then ER is the comparative form. EST is the superlative form. Say this together because many students can't pronounce them correctly. Comparative, superlative. Okay. Now, let's watch this short video clip from that drama. I have never watched this drama, but anyway, this one is about, you can see a lot of examples of the comparative forms here.
I waited a lifetime for a Dalman to ask me on a date, and I guess I'm just a little nervous. Why? You've dated plenty of men who are better looking and sexier, and beefier and brawnier and more cut and darker skinned and longer hair and taller and richer and more successful and funnier and friendlier, who have more summer homes and foreign cars and motorboats and yachts, who are more well traveled and know more languages than him. I know. I guess I'm just nervous is all. Can't a woman be nervous? He's the one who should be nervous, Mommy.
Okay, let's try again. Listen to it, how he describes that man.
I waited a lifetime for a Dalman to ask me on a date, and I guess I'm just a little
For a date?
nervous. Why? You've dated plenty of men who are better looking and sexier and beefier and brawnier and more cut and darker skinned and longer hair and taller and richer and more successful and funnier and friendlier, who have more summer homes and foreign cars and motorboats and yachts, who are more well traveled and know more languages than him. I know. I guess I'm just nervous is all. Can't a woman be nervous? He's the one who should be nervous, Mommy.
Okay, so let's get back to the text here. Can you identify those comparative forms describing the kind of man? Done? What are they? You've dated plenty of men who are what? Better looking. Better. Good looking, better looking. So it's an adjective. What else? Sexier. Beefier, stronger. Brawnier, also about strength, stronger. And darker skin, darker. Longer hair, taller, richer, more successful, funnier, friendlier, more summer homes, more. Wow, here more, I think is not really an adjective. I would say this is a Determiner, right? Much and more. Then, what else? More well-traveled? Yes. So we've got these. Now, you can see there are two kinds of comparative forms. One is in the form of, in red there, what are they called? They have got the, what kind of morphemes? Inflectional morphemes. While the other type, more successful and more well-traveled, they are the analytical comparative forms. Yeah, so when do we use the analytical forms and when do we use the inflectional forms? Usually. What? So maybe easier to say, when do we use the analytical forms? More successful. Adjective.
Adjective with more than, or with 3 or more than 3 syllables.
Okay, yes, so usually like that, but that's not always true. Yeah, usually the longer the adjectives are, the higher tendency for us to use the analytical form. And also, how about well-traveled? This adjective is in the form of a, what kind of adjective is it? Well-traveled. Not a common, not a prototypical one, but you change truffle to truffled. That is, we use the past participle as the adjective, like exciting, excited. Then what form do we use? You are excited. You are more excited than me. So when the adjectives have got these forms, present participle or past participle, usually we use the analytical forms rather than ER. You don't say excited. Da. You know? Okay, so the morphologically regular adjectives form their comparative and superlative forms by adding the inflectional suffixes er and est, and ist, the pronunciation. You see here, I put down the pronunciation in ist. Like here, his character was decided. He was the proudest, most disagreeable man in the world, and everybody hopes that he would never come there again. Amongst the most violent against him was Mrs. Bennet. Well, so here, proudest, but disagreeable, most disagreeable, and violent, most violent. So both the analytical forms and inflectional forms can be found in this text. So the question is when we use the analytical forms, usually by the length. The longer it is, then we use the analytical form. And also by the participial forms. Present participle, past participle, then we use the analytical form. More excited, but not excited down or excitedest. Okay, so we use more and most. They are in the form of analytic comparison, not inflectional. Now, so as you said, nearly all adjectives of 3 or more syllables are compared only with more and most. But not all. All those adjectives that have got 3 syllables must be in that form. How about the word unfriendly? This adjective, unfriendly. Can we say unfriendly? Try your corpus. Try the corpus and see whether we have unfriendly. Unfriendly, so 3 syllables. See whether we can find this. hardly find it in a dictionary because the dictionary won't tell you the inflectional forms. That's why the corpus is useful to find the usage. So here I can find unfriendlier, though it's not commonly used. A bit unfriendlier to children. Yeah, actually we can find that, unfriendlier. Okay, let's get back to the PowerPoint. Now my question is about this. How about those adjectives that have got 2 syllables, like angry, scary, 2 adjectives, and also short. These kinds of adjectives, they are short, right? Very short. And what kinds of comparative forms do they have? What do you think? Do you say angrier or more angry? Well, you can check it now. Maybe you use your corpus to try it. Okay? Well, have you found maybe try the word short or angry? Any conclusion? Both. You say both. Yeah, both are acceptable. Yeah, so you want to change your mindset now. In the past, very often your teachers told you that when the adjectives have got 2 syllables, then we use ER in years 2. And for adjectives that have got more than 2 syllables, that means 3 or more, then we use the more and more. So it tells you that it's not correct, actually. Well, let me remember I introduced 2 different websites to you. This one, we can try this one. You can type in BNC, British National Corpus. Oh, I got that. Okay, maybe try again. BNC, you can make comparison quite easily. And go to the University of Leeds. And then search the standard corpora, English, and then next. Right, now I would like to make comparison. So I can choose compare frequencies here. Okay, let's say more short and shorter. And then search. And have to wait. From these statistics here, it seems that sure is quite common in British English, BNC British National Corpus, GB British English News. But the brown corpus, American English, tends to use more sure in the old days. So we can see the different varieties of English by comparing them here. So it tells you that both are acceptable, right? When you try Copper there, you can find example sentences there. Right. So the corpus can tell you something that the dictionary won't tell you. So I've got these charts here. And example sentences from Cocker. Sure, the sure that, a sure that, a sure approach, or more sure. I'm more sure of her. By looking at this, maybe we can find some features. When do we use more sure? When do we use sure? Is there a tendency of differentiation? If you look at it like that, about attributive and predicative precision. What do you think? More sure? Yeah, probably more predicative. After verb, he felt more sure, he became more sure. The more sure he was, that means he was more sure. He got the more sure, yeah, again he was more sure. He was even more sure. So it seems that more sure is more likely to be used in the predicative position. How about surer? It seems that it's more commonly used in the attributive position before and now. It seems so. All right. So with some adjectives, mainly those with two syllables, both the inflectional and the analytic comparisons can be possible. So here are some examples. But some two-syllable adjectives like fruitful, careful, careful, two syllables. Actually, they can only have the analytical forms. Yeah, very confused. So we have to overthrow all those things that we learned, mislearned in the past. So sometimes it's not because of the number of syllables. There's no fixed rule, no hard and fast rule, and we have to. That's why we need to read English more to internalize the structures. And now we can make use of the corpus data to help us to find out the answers. Okay, so you can do the corpus search for the exercise later. This one, but we don't do it now. You can do it later on. You know how to do it now. To find out their comparative and superlative forms. Okay, now, non-gradable adjectives cannot be compared at all. Agree? Like chemical, do you say more chemical reaction? More chemical? More physical? So, non-gradable adjectives cannot be compared at all. Like dead, alive and dead. So probably we don't say dead. Alive? No? Complete? No. Perfect. 100%. Good. So strictly speaking, it shouldn't have the comparative form. But nowadays, sometimes you can hear people say it's more perfect. Yeah. Though probably it's better for us not to do the comparison. So no more dead snake now. Too loud. Okay, how about this? How about colors? Can we have the comparative form? Green, red, yellow, blue. What do you think? Any comparative form for that? Huh? Light green, but that's not the comparative form, right? It's describing it. Can we say green now? Yellow or more yellow? Yeah, the answer actually is, look at this. Sometimes the grass is greener on the other side because it's fake. So we can have the comparative form for colors. Okay, how about irregular adjectives? But for regular adjectives, we have the inflectional form, er and est, and the analytical forms, more and most. But there are some irregular adjectives. You have to remember the spelling by heart. So the spellings are quite different from the base forms. Like here, good, better, best, bad, worse and worse. When you were a small child, you have to learn this by heart, right? Okay, now let's look at this. Fill in the blanks. See what comparative forms would you put down here? Sometimes there can be more than one variant. So you can see there are some variants like far, farther, farthest, or far, further, furthest. So there can be two different forms for the same adjective. Have you finished? Okay. Now the first one. What have you put down? Jane is a little older or elder? Older than her sisters. Darcy's father has two children. The elder child is Darcy. Can you say the older child is Darcy? Oh, yes, no? Also, check the word older and elder from the corpus then, before I show you the answers. Check how they are used, older and elder. Use the keywords in context. Any conclusion after checking older and elder from the corpus website? Okay? Any conclusion? Older. Where can we put it? It can be put before. Yeah, so older can be used attributively and predicatively. So attributively, like these examples here, the older and graying guard, attributive. The older approach, before a noun. Then after a verb, your girlfriend was older. You get older. Yeah, so old or older is a prototypical adjective that can appear in both positions. How about elder then? Elder, but elder can be a noun, so that's why probably it's better for us to limit it, part of speech, to adjective. And see, so you can choose the part of speech here. Adjective, elder. What? So what can you say about elder? The elder bear, his elder half brother, elder son. Can you find it after a verb? No. So elder, this adjective is a attributive adjective only. Okay? So back to our slide here. What's your answer for number 2? Both, yeah, the older child or the elder child, both are correct. But for number 1, you must say she is a little older. She's older than her sisters. Elder is wrong for number 1. Okay, 3. Lo Wu is farther than Shen Shui from here, from Yu to Lo Wu. Farther, can you say further? Can you say further? It is further than Lo Wu. Yes. Farther or further? Then how about 4? Do you have any further comments? Further comments. What's the meaning of further then? Next, additional. Additional. Actually, this question appeared in one paper, explaining the use of further. Additional. So you have to use further rather than farther. Okay, I feel unwell. I'd better eat less today. Less. These customs are common in China and to what extent? In Hong Kong. Less or lesser? Lesser extent. So lesser extent. About the extent, degree, then we use lesser rather than less. So the conclusion here is that when there's more than one comparative and superlative form, while their uses are usually distinct. So sometimes they are not interchangeable. They have got different uses or meanings. Okay, about the meaning of comparative and superlative forms, Li Ka-shing is rich. Agree? Yeah, sure. He's the richest man in Hong Kong. So he's rich. Vietnamese are richer than Somalian people. Agree? Yes, look at them. No. But are they rich? No. Are Vietnamese and Somalian people rich? No. In general? No. So what's the difference between the absolute adjective rich and the comparative adjective richer? What's the difference? Well, here, the meaning of rich is established in absolute terms. But richer and richest are established relatively. Okay, we are comparing, okay? So maybe both types of people are poor, but relatively, one group is richer. So, Jackie, hot baby, is richer than you. But Jackie is not rich at all. It's hard for us to buy a house in Hong Kong now, another house. As you say, in the old days, associate professors or professors at a university could buy a house, could buy a flat in Happy Valley, in Repose Bay. But nowadays, an associate professor can only buy a small flat in Tseung Kwan O. So not rich at all. Okay, now let's look at this sentence. Choose the correct verb. Flying planes is or are dangerous. What do you think? Which one will you choose? How many will say is? Put up your hand. Okay, several hands. Are. One hand. How about the rest? Both. Wow, you're so smart. Both. When you say both are acceptable, what's the meaning? What are the different meanings then? Flying planes is dangerous. Then what's the meaning? This action, flying the plane, is dangerous. If flying planes are dangerous, then you refer to the planes. Yeah, you're so smart. We can go now for lunch. So flying planes is dangerous. Yes, it means the action, flying a plane. Flying planes are dangerous. Wow, those flying planes above are dangerous to us. So, if you say flying planes is dangerous, flying is used as a verb. The flying action is dangerous. Then how about the second one? Flying is an ing form as an adjective, modifier, modifying planes. So the second one, flying is an adjective, modifier, modifying planes. Okay? So about the subject-verb agreement, so for the first one, we use a singular verb because it refers to the action singular, flying. The second one, are, the plural verb is used because the head noun, the subject here, the head noun is plural, planes. Right? So the boundary between adjective and verb are sometimes unclear. Many adjectives are formed from the past participle and the present participle. Sometimes it's unclear whether it's a verb or whether it's an adjective. For example, here, what do you think? Are they adjectives or are they verbs? Worrying. Think about that. Discuss with your friends first. Okay, done. Which one is a verb? Number 3 is a verb. You are right. Number 3 is a verb. Why is it a verb? The situation is very mean.
It has an object meaning.
Yeah, you can realize there's an object after the verb worrying. So worrying is a transitive verb followed by an object. Then how about the others? Well, worrying is a transitive verb. So number one, no object. That means it is an adjective. Number two, very gradable. Yes. So you can't grade a verb. So very often our students make the mistakes. They say, "I very like you." That's wrong. You don't say, "I very like you." I like you very much. Huh? A verb can't be modified by very. So here, very, adjective. And then number four, worrying is an adjective because it is before a noun modifying the noun situation. And number five, rather, again gradable, right? Modified by rather, gradable adjective phrase here. And then number six, worrying adjective. She had a worrying look. So worry is modifying look. Yeah, an attributive adjective. Yeah. So here, sometimes, well, if it is in the past tense like this, Melania Trump, 47, was not amused, not happy. Probably is an adjective, but can it be a verb? Maybe. Now, why was she unhappy? The U.S. First Lady, Melania Trump, accused husband Donald's first wife. This is her, Donald Trump's second wife. So she accused the first wife of making self-serving noise after the ex-wife refers to herself as the first lady. So who is the first lady? Can you see the joke here? Yes. First lady. I'm the first wife, so I'm the first lady, not you.